Little baby wanna know where to be at. Drop the low and I told him meet her. I'm a trap nigga, some shit I re-well. I made the light right now, I'm about to beat her.
In this picture of you at the NFL Combine?
Yeah.
Which...
What? Yeah, I ain't seen no picture of no NFL Combine.
Well, I saw you in like the NFL Combine looking like workout.
Yeah, like a workout.
Was that just a workout you were doing for a team?
I don't know how you see the picture. You ain't read the article that came with it?
I just saw a YouTube video where they were talking about you and like I was just watching some of your high school highlights and your college shit. Like I saw like
what YouTube video you seen?
Dude, I don't know, man. It was like a YouTube video. It showed like you announcing that you're going to Indiana State and
what's the YouTube video called?
I don't know. I just literally typed in ESTG football highlights. And I was like, damn, this dude was a beast. You played linebacker, right?
What do that got to do with music and shit right now?
No, I'm just curious because I'm a big football fan. So like, I'm just like, I'm a huge football fan, and I find it fascinating that like you like when it comes to. I remember when you signed with Gotti. I remember the viral moment where there was just all this cash, and at that time, I feel like there was like a bidding war going on for ESTG at that moment. One, what made you rock with Gotti, and what is something over the last 2 or 3 years that you have learned? Well, for the very first time in Bootleg KEV podcast history, we had someone walk off of the set.
Yo, welcome back to Hot Thoughts TV. Pico checking in again with the news update. So a little context behind what's going on. ESTG actually went to do an interview on Bootleg KEV podcast where I guess some of the questions may have rubbed him the wrong way, causing him to leave mid-interview. It's been a lot of online speculation that maybe the question that involved his football playing past or maybe his college attendance past is what rubbed him the wrong way and ultimately caused him to leave. Let's see what ESTG had to say about it. ESTG posted a story post that read, "Bootleg Kev, you trying to play it like I walked out because of football, like I ain't did plenty interviews talking about playing and talk about it in my music. You asking me if I remember the old man porn star, if I believe in aliens and the NFL Combine? What the fuck do that got to do with my album dropping Friday? And I literally just walked out that interview 2 hours ago. You already got a clip up. You trying to go viral, LOL? 100. I got real life shit going, ask around. I don't feel like playing, so please don't play with me because I play crazy." Bootleg Kev gives his opinion of the situation on Twitter in a series of tweets that read, "About the ESTG thing. I'm a fan of his music and was genuinely excited to talk to him. I was told by his team that he wanted to not have an interview not filled with typical stuff where we talk about music, this music, that, etc. Apparently he has a wide range of interests that include the universe and quantum physics, etc. what I was told. So I approached our interview as I do every single one. Let's have fun, shoot the shit, and get to know who you are outside of the music plus persona. He came 90 minutes late, which isn't unique with some artists, and didn't ever really seem to want to talk or be interviewed. I don't care, I'm still a fan of his music, and we got a moment out of it for the internet. No hard feelings. I look forward to talking about aliens, Brian Pumper, and football with tons of other artists in the future. Go grab that ESTG album, El Toro 2, this Friday though, and salute to my friends at CMG and Interscope. I create content for a living, and today was for better or worse a moment. My opinion is if you don't want to be interviewed, you shouldn't go do an interview. When you go onto someone else's platform to receive an interview, unless you've given specific direction of I don't want to talk about this, which a lot of times in their case he may have been getting paid to do this interview, the label may have paid Bootleg Kev or however it went about. If that were the case, that should have been addressed in whatever business conversation situation that they had laid out before they even started rolling the footage. I hate to say it that the black culture is the only culture that look down on niggas for going to school and playing sports and doing other shit outside of being in the streets. It's really sad and pathetic if you ask me. I ain't gonna lie, y'all niggas are tripping for real. Now, ESTG basically said that the football questioning isn't what led to him leaving, but online a lot of people making it seem as if the football question is what made him leave. Now, if it did rub him the wrong way, I feel like there's only one or two things that could have been wrong with it. He either was one, trying to uphold a rap image, make it seem like, you know, I don't give a fuck about that football shit. Nigga, we on this rap shit and this trap shit. And if that's the case, that's to each his own. In my opinion, I don't feel like that's the case though. I feel like if the football question is what made him feel some type of way, a nigga goddamn looking back and regret that he goddamn didn't pursue the football, and maybe ultimately feels within himself that this rap shit ain't all that it's cracked up to be. If that's true or not, I don't know. That's just an opinion. That's just a possibility of what could happen. We don't know exclusively what the fuck happened. We just know a nigga got up and walked out of an interview. I just want to be the one to say that any nigga that's shaming a nigga for going to school, for playing sports, and not hanging out with niggas in the streets is a motherfucking lame ass nigga, man. That's the best way I can put it to you. But it ain't nothing that's positive about street culture. If a nigga is in the streets but still taking care of his business, playing football, playing basketball, or whatever he got doing, that don't make nobody less of a man. What make you a man is keeping your word and standing on what you stand on, having whatever your moral code is, and living to some type of standard. As an interviewer, this is why I believe people don't care to interview or watch interviews that include rappers talking about rap shit anymore. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody want to hear you sit down for 45 minutes and talk about your album. We want to hear what you think about outside of the music. We want to hear what your mind works and your thoughts outside of how the beat sound when it drop. Unless you're going to get one of those type of interviews about the production and how everything just went from point A to point Z, then niggas don't give a fuck about your album like that. If that hoe hit, that hoe hit. If it don't, we're going to go on to the next album, because that's the era of music we in. There's so much music dropping, there's so many niggas dropping music. I don't fault Bootleg Kev. Bootleg Kev, in my opinion, from what I've seen, he did a great job as an interviewer. He did a great job as leading the conversation to where he wanted the conversation to go, outside of just talking about the music. Now, I'm sure the music would have been covered, but yeah, watching an interview, we want to hear how a motherfucker thinks. It's so much shit going on in the world. Yeah, we like your music. We like how you deliver your music. We want to hear what else you think about when you're not thinking about music though. Or if you're just thinking about music, fill us in on why you're just thinking about music, nigga. If you pay attention to the culture, that's what makes it seem why so many people such as the Charleston Whites, the OG Percys, etc., so many people just are coming up and they're not even music related. They're not even musically inclined. They're just pure influencers or goddamn entertainers. It's so much other shit to talk about and watch. Nobody wants to see the tough guy image all day, especially in regards to when it's time to do an interview, which is supposed to be an open forum, one-on-one, talking about whatever y'all talk about. Especially when you go on someone else's platform. Everybody run their shit differently, but you can't goddamn tell a nigga, oh, I don't want you to ask me about no aliens. Man, you might be on a nigga that love alien show, nigga. Just like he did his research about you. You need to do your research before you pull up on a nigga. Do your homework, like in the words of FYBJ, man. Do your homework on the nigga you going to do an interview with, and it will hit different before you even pull up to goddamn do the interview. All in all, I feel like ESTG, maybe he just wasn't in the right mindset that day. He wasn't feeling the interview. It could, like he said, there's other shit going on in life. Maybe he just wasn't mentally prepared to do that interview. And if that's the case, you know, people slip up, people don't always have their best day. And if that's the case, that's nothing against ESTG. You can't be perfect every day. Nobody expects you to be a perfect person or feel the best mood every day. He needs to tell his management though, next time, hey, I'm not feeling it, maybe this ain't the play today. Rather than go up there and cause a scene and then get mad that a nigga take what you gave him, because this is what a nigga do for a living, and still use it as content. Nigga, that's still content. Whether you would have stayed and did the interview or you walk out mid-interview is content, and you should know when you go and do that what's going up. Why are you mad at a nigga for doing his job? Do your job as an artist. When people want to be honored that people want to interview you. You make good music, don't fuck it up to the point, because I honestly feel like we're in a day and age where it don't matter if a nigga make good music. If you can make people laugh, if you can make people smile and feel better about that situation, people will listen to you. Whatever you gotta say, whatever the fuck you talking about in your music. Let me know how y'all feel in the comments. Was Bootleg Kev or ESTG in the wrong? Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Pico signing out.